Have you ever wondered what it's like to grow up in the 80s? NES sitcoms and where's the beef ladies? Then you need to listen in your car or at work. Now it's time for Keith is a Jerk.
It's your Pavlovian response.
I had to take a shit outside at work today. It was the greatest.
What do you mean?
We're recording. Let's hear it.
I should start the podcast before. No, just go for it. What is this? What do you mean you shit outside? Like,
there's no. I mean, like we're working
no
in a
toilet?
we're in a new subdivision, so there's nothing. There's no running water. There's nothing, and so no. Yeah, we gotta. I just ducked behind a shed, and honest to God, I swear to God that like the neighbors could see me. And
did you make eye contact?
And I didn't or whatever. But one of the side effects of my meds is what do they call it? Soft stool.
Outdoor shits.
It's been great. It's been great.
Shed shits.
The hardest part is doing the pirouette at the end.
Oh, you should be fucking grateful that you lost all your weight. Yeah. Because Bob trying to wall walk back up after taking a shit would not have gone well.
I know, it would have been the worst.
Just falling into the gray mass.
Do you do like the Charmin bear, just rub against a tree?
No, I had toilet. There was toilet
Grab
paper.
a rabbit.
I had some TP out there and stuff like that.
There's toilet paper.
Had to, yeah, exactly. I had to shovel over it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's so indignant. Burying it like a cat.
Yeah, exactly.
Kicking right over top of it.
Yeah.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Keith is a Jerk. We almost had a full house tonight, and much like my real family, the second that you mention porn, someone is not going to show up. We've got Dave in the house. What's going on, Dave?
Good day, sir.
And we got Derek joining us. What's going on, Derek?
Hi-yo.
And, of course, we got Bobby. What do you say, Bob?
I came. I'll be asleep in a minute.
Well, that's because Bob does manual labor now. This is not going to go well.
Oh, no, it will not.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so what are we talking about today? I think porno, yes? Okay, well, let's start with magazines. I think that was probably everybody's first experience?
Absolutely it
Yeah.
was.
All right, D, what'd you find?
I remember I was riding a bike with this kid in the neighborhood. It wasn't even a friend of mine, just this kid. He's like, hey, come back to my place. I'm like, okay. So we go back to his place, and then we go upstairs into his parents' room, and then their bathroom, and just beside the toilet was a stack at least a foot high of just porno magazines.
Whoa.
I still don't know who this kid was, or whose house I was in.
That's amazing. Well, you can't just end there. That's not not the end.
It was in the bathroom.
This kid lured you to his
in
house.
The bathroom beside the shitter of his parents' bedroom. And
I wish I found a stack of magazines in my outdoor shit today. I had to take a shit outdoors today with gang, by the
way. In case you didn't think porn was a gross enough topic, everybody.
Nothing says disgusting like wiping your face with a blowjob pick.
That's right.
Well, Davey, what about you? First nudie mag?
I had a pleasurable experience of being a 13-year-old snoop. And I forget what happened. I think my mom was away on a trip or whatnot, and I was staying at my aunt and uncle's house. Kind of opened the door, look around, like just being that kid, right?
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say, is that you looking? Because like 13-year-old kids will their sensors go off,
remember,
and there's porn.
I was a chubby sweetheart of a kid, so
right.
A lady's breast is to be kept concealed, and you're supposed to bow and curtsy when they enter the room just to treat them like angels. So that's when you're a chubby kid that
this little lesbian haircut. I can picture it.
My only aim was truly being a gentleman. So I didn't have any siblings. I was an only child. My mom kind of, I guess she conditioned me to always you got to be a gentleman. Right. So anytime kids were going to watch porn or whatnot too, I'm like, no, I don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
And anyway, so I stumbled across. Thinking about this now, this is as a first porn. This is gonna delve in a lot to my psyche. And he had, I guess, just had his 40th birthday or something like that and whatnot. And so in his there's a dartboard down there I was playing. So I'm in his office and I kind of open a drawer and out comes
the darts are not what we're interested in. Keep going.
So out comes this magazine called Fabulous After 40.
Sure.
And the first thing I open up to, and it's the middle, I just kind of, oh my God. And I look in and there's older women. But the first article I look at on a porn is called Grandma Handjob.
180.
Bullseye.
I don't know what it means to be 13, but looking at a 70-year-old lady, and much like she just finished making an apple pie, she's staring at a very erect penis in front of her, like
with a big grandma smile.
with a big grandma smile on it. And
did she have the apron on and everything?
the bush was completely gray.
Yeah,
and
of course.
It was. And
full, I imagine.
I'm not gonna get into any more of the indignity I actually, because I looked at that magazine several times during my stay.
Yeah, of course. That's all you got.
That was the first time I was exposed to a porno magazine.
That's a big first.
We're gonna refer to that from now on as the breaking point for you.
And entry level wasn't great for Dave.
No, there was
Sweet Jeebus.
There was reasons why I stayed a little bit just aloof sexually for a few more years.
Did you feel weird around old ladies now?
Well, my grandma died soon after that, so that was nice. I didn't really have to deal with any of that awkwardness.
Yikes.
That was actually page 17, too.
What a relief.
Bang the dead grandma recently deceased.
No, I just didn't have to have that weird eye contact moment.
Oh, my God. Okay, Bobby, you're up. What do you got?
Yeah, so growing up, I rode my bike to school, and it was just a quick little bike ride, 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. And I was only allowed on one route. Like, I grew up fear of God from my mother. You know what I mean? Like, do not deviate or whatever. Like, you know, I was only allowed to go from here to here and everything else. So
I wonder what that was like.
What I couldn't do was take a shortcut through the forest.
Yeah.
And I could never do it. Like, I wasn't allowed. And my mom was one of those parents who was like, you know, she was like a helper parent too. Like, she was like always, she was like at school or whatever. You know what I mean?
Block
like
parent kind of mom.
Yeah, there's a block parent.
There's
another name for those parents now. But
I've heard of those. I saw a lot of those signs.
So one day I remember riding my bike home, and I decided to cross the street and head into the forest with my bike with a bunch of my friends. And this was on like, so we went in the forest or whatever, and literally the first thing we do like is come across this disgusting wet porno mag or whatever. I couldn't even tell you what was in it or whatever. But it was pretty much like finding a dead body almost. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what, guys? I like this is beyond my comprehension. I was below the age of 10, you know, at this point. And I was like, this is beyond my comprehension. I ran I biked out of the forest. As I bike out of the forest, my mom is walking my brother home with my grandmother on the other side. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't see anything. You know what I mean? Had to like reveal my whole thing.
Porno!
Yeah, it was just terrible.
Oh my God. I love that your mom won't let you go through the forest. My parents used to tell me to go to get their smokes faster by going through the crack house fence and jumping it because it would be quicker for me.
Yeah, mom was
school through the forest.
My mom was right. Don't go in the forest. You're going to find bad things.
I'm telling you, look.
That's where your mom went and hid all your dad's stash.
Everybody threw their porno mags into the forest, though.
That's right.
To me, it's like, it goes back to my theory of every kid knowing how to play The Ground is Hot Lava without anybody teaching you. It's just instinctual. When you're done with your porno mag, you just throw it away in the forest.
Yeah, forest porn is
crazy.
Underrated.
It's like a library for dirtbags.
Yeah. For the forest folk.
Oh my God, one dirty old man checking out your books for you. Oh, you're gonna like that one.
What about
This
you,
is
Keith?
real old lady giving her old hand jobs. Okay, so my first magazine, this was, much like Dave, this fucked me up way too much. Way more than it should have. I knew of them, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'd seen a naked girl, but Sears catalogs, you'd see all the bikinis and you're like, ooh, shit.
Oh,
get
I
what
like
these
had
are.
the Kathy Ireland swimsuit model, like had the Sports Illustrated, so I'm into bodies. Like, I like women, but Grandma Handjob caught me off guard.
Yeah, that'll do
As it
it.
should.
So,
Right.
I don't know how this one ended. I think it was my uncle's first. And my dad didn't keep like a big collection of magazines or anything like that. I remember when we inherited like a dresser.
Yeah.
And this one's on my dad. It was your fault for telling us to be your slave labor for the day by moving it into the house. Because of course we're checking the drawers. One magazine in there, and it's not even like a recognizable, you know, like much like yours. It's like it's not even Penthouse
or Playboy. Or
it's
anything.
it's not even Hustler. Like it's like Cherry or something that's like just way off brand. They're like they're going for dirtbags,
right?
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I grab this, I stuff it into my shirt, and I'm like, I gotta go. You know what I mean? I throw the dresser down the stairs, and like it's in. So I go in, I open this up.
I love your instincts as a kid. I would look at it, honestly, like I was still conditioned by a single mom where I was like, no, I can't touch that. That's like...
At this point, I've bit a kid on the back till he bled. I've been thrown out of every house. I'm feral, so I'm just... and I'm just grabbing any pornography and running away.
It's like you're playing a Dungeons & Dragons video game, like open chest, take rock. Take this.
Exactly. This was just like finding food for cavemen. I just grabbed it and ran into my cave.
This I can get goods for this.
No, this is all. I don't want to share this. So here's the crazy part. So I open it up, and I've never seen like a naked girl, and not even in movies or anything at that point. So in this episode, this issue is a girl with 3 tits. Now, I'm going to assume by today's standards that this was just some prosthetic, and it was to get, like I said, this was some off-brand, so they were just trying to get crazy. Oh, yeah, let's do a gimmick.
Total Recall promotion?
I did not... Now, I'll bring that up because it plays a part. I didn't know. I thought girls had 3 boobs because of this magazine. I thought the other one was just hidden because it was kind of underneath. You know what I mean?
Keith was bottle fed, obviously.
So it really fucked me up for a long time. So when I finally did see, I was like, I saw 2, and I'm like, well, what is wrong with? Why you guys don't? This isn't weird. No, where's the 3rd? Is it on her back? No? So when Total Recall came around, now admittedly I'd seen some styles. I'm like, yeah, I'm right back there. So for the longest time, I legitimately thought girls had 3 boobs and one was somehow magically hidden.
For the longest time, I thought Total Recall was a documentary.
Right. Yeah. Total Recall, the documentary. Oh, and the little person too. I'm sure that was in that Dirtbag magazine. Whew.
Well,
so there
what about videos? Like, you know what? So I'm 13 and like, yeah, that's the first mag where I ever saw it, and I had a private moment with porn.
Right.
But I kind of had been exposed to like my first time ever actually. When you see a movie and there's like, your dad's like playing a movie and like you're watching and he doesn't know it's coming, but all of a sudden there's...
Oh, you're saying like a sex scene in a movie or something.
And like
that's a fun sit down on the couch.
We had obviously VHS were a big deal, and like at the time when we were like turning from like 8, 9, 10 into our early teens, VHS copying had become a thing, right? Where people were able to like copy movies off TV and whatnot. Or make copies for each other. And so we would get these random VHSs all the time that had 3 movies. And this one I loved a lot.
Wait, I don't know where this is going.
Did you say 3 movies or 3 boobies?
No, 3.
I got erect.
So a VHS would have 3. You could have 3 movies on it. And so one had this one movie, or somebody had made a copy for our family. It had Howard the Duck. Then, which I love the shit out of, right?
You had naked duck boobs.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it was Howard the Duck, and I was allowed to watch that. And there's duck boobs in that. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I didn't.
The second movie I think was like there was a cartoon of it, but it was like an adult cartoon. It was like
Flight of the Cat or something.
Flight of the Dragons, I think, is what it was. And
I don't
then
know that one.
The third movie on it was
Please hold on. Please tell me it's going to bring it all back full circle and it's like Hangers and Bangers or something like that. And it's like an old lady porn.
No. No, it was Bachelor Party.
Okay.
With Tom Hanks.
Did that one have nudity? I remember that being a crazy movie.
There is a redhead. It is burned in my brain to this day with one of the greatest bodies I'd ever seen. And I wasn't allowed to watch it. My dad specifically said, "You're only allowed to watch Howard the Duck."
Yeah, great fucking note, Dad. Then walk away.
Yeah, and then obviously gone, jet. And so of course I'm by myself one day. I watched I'm just sitting watching the whole thing. Bachelor Party comes on, and it is an adult film. This is Tom Hanks' like one of his first movies.
It was like right after Bosom Buddies and stuff, right? Yeah, when he was still a comedy guy.
Anyway, it was risque for an 11 or 12-year-old, but that was the first time I saw it. And there's a fully on naked woman in it, and to this day, again, burned in my brain. That was the first time I saw it.
Should point out to everyone at home that Dave's wife is a redhead. Shocker. All right, Bobby, let's go with you. What do you got? First video.
I remember, so it's not a porno, but I remember my parents would always make me close my eyes during certain parts or whatever. And one of the... I remember I had to...
don't watch us have sex, Bob. What are we talking about? Close your eyes.
It's a small house.
I think Vegas Vacation was one.
Yeah. Okay.
That I had to close my eyes
thinking
for.
European Vacation. Maybe
European Vacation.
Yeah,
I think
European Vacation has got some
that's
spectacular nudity.
I think that was it. And here, the other one was Weird Science.
Oh my God, that's the greatest movie ever made.
So now I still don't know whether or not there's nudity in it, but there was a part where it was screening. It was panning up from her feet all the way up her legs or whatever, and then I had to close my eyes or whatever.
She's very skimpy, Kelly LeBrock. She's got like a pair of tiny pants and a crop top with maybe a little bit of underboob or something at the time.
So I thought that she was naked. So I have watched that movie about 100 times trying to find the part where she's naked.
Right.
And it never happens.
Right.
No,
yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, that's
like a form of torture.
My go-to. Yeah, that one's a tough
kind
one.
of mean by your parents because now, you're like going on 40 and still waiting for the dude.
That's amazing, though. That's a smart move by his parents
right.
because he wasn't searching for porn. He was searching for weird science.
So now...
side boobs.
He'd have to pause on an old VHS and get those weird lines in the VHS. The only spot is the girl playing piano at the party gets sucked through the fireplace and shot out the fireplace, the chimney.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. And she's naked there. But it's you're not seeing anything.
No.
I have seen that movie a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I remember my first porno, if I can call it that, was I think I was probably again with the money that I bought or that I got from my paper route.
Okay.
Did I say I was
paper route was just making you rich? Eh?
I was 12, Red 17, and when so I remember being 12 or whatever and having we had cable or whatever, and I found some scrambled porn.
Scrambled porn. Jesus, how many nights?
Just gonna ask.
Every now and again, it would scramble.
Yep.
And you would catch
just black body with green skin.
That's right.
You know what's going on though.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Now, as an adult, we can look back on that because obviously this is every teenage boy. I don't know about girls. I wasn't a teenage girl. They'd have to speak for themselves. But every guy I know obviously was like, hey, I'll just take a look. Yeah. I'll just see if it is unscrambled. Now, I can tell you because if it was me working at the cable company, for sure, right? It's just like a bunch of dirtbags like us who are like, watch. I'm going to give everybody free for the next 2 minutes. Click, it's free, scramble again. Because those were like the craziest moments when you'd get... Because sometimes it wouldn't even come all the way in, which was usually
that's what I'm saying.
Kids.
Usually I would watch...
Kids today, they got the internet. It's way too... I don't even know what's
I don't think intimacy can possibly exist anymore with all the porn. I know, I was a teenage kid. Forget about it.
I can't even imagine.
I don't know. You got a teenage kid. I imagine.
I don't. I got a very big don't ask, don't tell. You know exactly. What I mean? Yeah.
But on the grocery list every week is a 24-pack of tube socks.
That's right. I can't tell you how many times I blamed my baby brother for putting Vaseline in the VCR slot.
Trying to lube up that Weird Science tape.
I was
Be kind. Rewind.
So you guys are talking about when the porn would actually de-scramble. You could actually see it like movie quality.
You could get that once in a
every
blue
now and
moon.
then.
It wouldn't even matter to me. Like I would.
Oh no! I
would wait for the lines.
I didn't say it was necessary. It was just a great treat. It was the icing on the cake. If
the
you
lines
will.
would go cross or up and down, and it would be completely discolored.
Right.
And that worked for me a lot of times. Like there'd be boop.
I'm not embarrassed to say this, but as a young boy, when you're watching those and you're hoping, I do remember once catching a glimpse of gay porn coming on unscrambled, and I was like, oh!
What have I been trying to focus on for the last 20 minutes?
I've wasted some time, and...
When did the ladies get into this party?
Need to ask myself some questions.
I remember treating it like a video game sometimes. Like I do channel up, channel down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. One of these gotta work.
I used to change channels. Yeah, you just hope. Between the three, you're like, oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Trying to trick your TV.
Honestly, at that age, I only needed about 15 uninterrupted seconds in a row.
At that age, what do you... You wait till you have kids, and you gotta take... You will learn how to stealth kill. Jesus, who's listening to this?
This one's a rough one for the ladies. They're probably not.
They're not listening. They see porn in the title. They're out. Or they're not. And hello, ladies. Okay.
That's so unbecoming. I had to see that live. Sorry, ladies.
My first one was ridiculous. First of all, way too young. All right, so this rumor gets started. I wasn't directly there for the start of this, what do you call that, ripple in the pond, but I certainly got hit by one of the waves. As it's coming around, I find out everybody in grade 4 is going over at lunchtime. So grade 4, you're only like 9 or 10, right?
Yeah.
Like 9.
Yeah.
We're all going over to this kid's house. I'm not going to say his name because his parents have a shit ton of porn just lying around. Like these are, this is a dirtbag house.
I had a kid like that.
And so, what was that?
I had a kid like that in my school too. But carry on.
Yeah, there's always 1 or 7.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, there's plenty. You don't know which one to ask. Anyway, so it got to the point where we used to call a grade 4 grade 4 because it was grade 4 because we were always going to go watch porn at this kid's house. So first day, lunchtime. This rumor has spread so far that this is what we're doing, that both, I think all 3 grade 4 classes, every guy from all 3 are heading to this kid's house at lunch. We are walking like a fucking Boy Scout troop down the road.
Something is amiss.
Gonna go watch some porn for today. At this point, I still think there's gonna be 3 boobs. And so we get into this kid's house. First of all, there's at least... I'm not kidding when I say there has to be 20.
Wow.
20 kids in this living room. So
Could you imagine being the demic?
No!
Oh.
So here it is. So we're all like, and the worst part is you're all crammed together and like shoulder to shoulder. And one kid was like almost going to sit on another kid's lap. And we're all like,
that is the worst part. You're right.
You don't want that.
I agree. That's the worst part.
So he throws on this tape and he does not start with weird science.
No.
Right? His parents are into some crazy shit.
Straight to the A.
No, it wasn't that, but it started off with, honestly, I'm still convinced to this day that I think they're just some home videos of like people he knows.
Oh God.
Because this is like this is an ugly girl, even by like ugly girl porn standards.
Is this like flea market porn?
I guarantee it's I think this was rejected flea market porn. There's probably at least 4 snuff films in this collection.
Oh Jesus Christ.
We didn't get that far. This woman takes like a baton, like a twirling it's like all the way in. I don't even know how it's physically possible. Like this is where I'm starting in grade 4. I'm 9 years old, and every kid, and we're all way too young. Every guy's like, oh God, and then it starts in with
rightfully so.
Yeah, and then it starts in with the blowjobs. Everybody's like, oh my God, who would do that? That's disgusting. Should have been clue number 1 that we were not ready for this.
Everybody knows blowjob first, then the baton. That's like that's rookie shit.
It got to the point. This one woman ties her lips together.
Huh?
Yeah, that's an appropriate pause time for that.
What?
She takes her vagini lips and ties them together. Keep in mind, this is my first exposure. I assume this is all very natural and this is what sex is.
Right.
You can imagine what it was like when I started dating the girl in the marching band, and I'm like, all right, I know what to do. Then the tutor will ask me out. I'm like, holy shit, this is going to get crazy. So, 2 things happen. One, this one kid in the middle, like it eventually gets to the point where it's going crazy, and everybody just is no longer making like the ooze. All little boys are just not sure what's going on.
Now it's just a quiet breath in the room.
One kid has never had a boner before. That's how young, and he goes, all we hear is, and he falls off the back of the couch. And we're like, "Whoa, what's wrong?" He's like, "It hurts so much.
Something happened.
It hurts." And he runs into the bathroom. He'd never had a boner. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" So we're laughing at him. Great guy, too. It was just fucking funny, circumstantial. Anyway, we're sitting here in the room. We're laughing. It's a sort of good time, even though it's not. And we hear the door. We just hear the door. You have never seen 30 kids scrambled. Like, it wasn't even... The thing is, it looked planned. That's how well everybody just shot. It was like a blast. Ironically, it was like this blast, and every kid had a perfect hiding spot.
A 9-year-old cockroach scramble.
Oh my God, that's exactly what it was. There was like 6 of us locked into this one closet, I remember. And we're like, don't fucking say anything, don't say anything. And it turns out it was just grade 5s that had heard that we were doing this. And so they wanted to come and get in on this action. So now there's like another 20 kids in this kids. So this went on for a few days, lunchtimes. And I can't even imagine what those poor girls must have gone through for the next few days of guys just like, yeah. And so then I remember his parents found out. And they actually called my parents because they said we like broke the closet, like because we tried to hide in the closet. So can you imagine being dirtbag parents with your flea market porn and calling around to all these kids saying they came over to your house, watched your porn, and you're angry that they broke your closet? Holy fuck.
What about the first like your first acquirement, like your first bit of stat? I guarantee none of us.
Can I tell
actually...
my first?
Oh, please,
story
yeah. I don't think we've done these.
This I remember more than the magazines, because the magazines I was really young. Like I barely register it, but I just remember being really weirded.
Were you 9?
I was younger than 9 when I found those. And, when I saw my first video, I was still pretty young. I know because it was Halloween, and I was dressed as in a homemade Ninja Turtle costume.
Were you Donatello?
Let me say, you have my attention. Continue.
So I remember I was hanging out with this older kid. He was like friends of my
Sorry,
sister.
what?
So my sister's friend, her brother. So they were close.
Oh, I thought you said I was hanging out with this old man.
That's what I thought he said too, yeah.
He's a couple.
Holy shit.
He's a couple of years older than me. He's like, hey, let's go trick-or-treating. So I'm like, oh, sweet. So he's this older kid, so I got to go with him, and we went far. I was just excited to go trick-or-treating, like, farther than my neighborhood.
Right.
And so I was on my skateboard, and we just kind of rode all across town. We go to
You're
this
Michelangelo.
We go to this far neighborhood just to get more candy. I'm just super pumped about this candy. All of a sudden, he's like, hey, let's go into this guy's house. I know this guy.
Oh, no.
So we go into this house. I'm like, I'm just looking for candy. I'm not trying to get in. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I guarantee this guy's going to have some candy.
So we go in, and we just go down to the basement, and then same thing. There's like 20 or 30 kids in there. And all of a sudden, they're just like, hey, let's put this on. He puts this video on TV.
Free-range kids, or are they tied up?
No, they were all
Did
kids.
this man...
And
remember, this guy own a bicycle shop?
Are you still wearing your mask?
That's what I was going to say. This is Halloween, so all these kids are in the basement in costume.
Oh, my God.
So
Just at
there's
a
Ninja
grown-up's
Turtles
house?
there. There's everything around there. All of a sudden, they put this video on.
Wait, hold on. You're skipping things that I think need to be talked about. I get the older kid. I mean, this is kind of weird. It feels like he's been told to lure you and be like his extension. The person whose house you're at.
I have no idea.
Is this just another old? Like, is this a grown-up?
I can't even tell you that. I was just high on candy, just following this kid around.
I don't think this is going to end well.
You were in the prequel of Vanilla Sky.
Okay, sorry. Keep going.
So they put this video on, and it's just I don't know how many people are in this video, but there's a lot of people. I see a lot of skin on there. And I'm like, what is this? I've never seen this movie before. And I'm trying to remember details. I remember the materials, like a lot of like red satin and gold. I want to say it might have been like an Indian porn or something, because I grew up in Brampton, so it's very likely it was.
Oh my God! Derek's at an Eyes Wide Shut party.
So, I'm sitting there holding my bag of candy in my homemade Donatello mask, and I just slowly pull. I slowly pull it off my head. Like, where am I right now? What's happening?
That's right.
And I don't know, I maybe lasted 10 or 15 minutes looking back. I don't feel so good. I'm going to go home. And I just made up some excuse, and I ran the hell out of there. And
I'm taking my bow and I'm leaving.
I just remember skating back to my house as fast as I could on my skateboard with my bag of candy. And, like, I don't think I enjoyed any of that candy. I was changed after that.
Do you remember reading in the paper about the other 12 children you left behind to be raped?
No, I don't
To
think
film the video that would take place next year for those kids?
I don't think they found them yet.
Well, fuck, this isn't fun. Jesus Christ. Although I have always questioned how you're funny because you were raised with love and I never understood it.
Are you okay now, D?
Right.
Only when I wear my turtle mask.
That's the only way Derek's kids were conceived.
I would love to
It's my
ask
safe
your
space.
wife if you have to wear the Donatello mask.
Do I have to
bed.
be April O'Neil again, Derek?
No, she's dressed up as an Indian lady with a beard and a mustache. She's a guy who did bad
feel
things.
weird.
Invite 20 neighborhood kids over. Holy jumping Jesus. Well, I don't know where to go from there.
What about starting your stash? I was going to say, like, who...
Yeah, let's get back to the fun part. What was that?
Yeah.
Nobody, I guarantee you nobody got their first porn, that like the one that you actually had, like when you're a little bit older as a teenager, like the first porn that you
Okay.
kept under your bed, like being a magazine, or if like somebody gave you a video.
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying.
So
yeah.
the
I remember.
the first acquirement.
Right. I love that nobody's jumping in to go first here, so fuck it.
I'll
yeah,
go
I'm
first.
gonna-
I'll
go. Go,
okay.
Bob.
So when I turned, I didn't have
9?
one. I didn't turn one. I didn't have one until I turned 18, I think. And for my 18th
Right,
birthday,
sure.
Yeah,
Legal
so
reasons,
somebody
you gotta say that.
Somebody gave me, like, it's a rite of passage, right? You got a lottery ticket, you got some beers or whatever, and you got your first porno. So
Right. You got to go to Jumbo Video. And
So I had it was a magazine. It was a Playboy lingerie. I remember this, and then I hid it in my closet up above, like everything.
always in the closet.
Okay, so it's always in the closet. So, anyways, the funny part about this is that was what, 20 years ago.
Sure.
I went back this year, reached up into that closet, pulled out this dusty porno, and did I throw it out? No, it's sitting in my basement at home. I snuck it out of my parents' house, like the same, like
A mere 40-year-old man
18
sneaking a porno out of his parents'
That's
house, folks.
exactly what happened. It was so embarrassing.
Oh, that's great.
And then I hit it like old times.
That's awesome. That must have been nostalgic. Because like I'm like where you like tuck something like down your
A
back.
good
and, like,
old
And
nostalgic
honestly, it was like, yeah, jerking off in a time machine.
Derek, did that happen to you when you watched Life of Pi? Slumdog Millionaire?
Didn't everyone?
Well, Life of Pi, I'm sure there's a porn named Life of Pi. There's
there has to
guaranteed. As far as acquirement goes, so I was one of those kids. I was my friends in Unionville. They were the richer kids. They'd acquired those Scrambled boxes.
Oh yeah.
So I was like on board. Like I remember back then it was like $250, I think, like which was a lot more money back then, right? It's probably closer to $500 or $600 now. But it was awesome. Now, admittedly, just the little movie nerd that I was really only excited at the time for all these movies, and then I hadn't given any thought to
Right.
wait a minute. After midnight, there is porn on after midnight. And of course, it's as you say, you tape whatever that night, right? Like I think I want to tape, Young Guns or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I tape Big Guns right after. So
Then you also
anyway, it
tape
just
Young
kept
Guns.
rolling. So my friends find out that I have a Scrambled thing, and then of course they're all like, hey,
If I give you
this
a
is awkward. The kids are not as confident as they are
Right.
now, right?
Hey,
like, of course, they
can I come jerk off at your house? Like, what?
Oh, everybody wants to sleep over at Keith's all of a sudden. No, they still don't like me. What they want me to do is they want to bring in VHS tapes and ask me to tape for them.
Yep.
So I'm like, yeah, sure. So here, I don't want to stay up till 2 a.m. You know what I mean? I got to go work. And so I'm dropping it into the VCR. I just taped it. So my friend is so happy because there's like 6 hours. I've just hit record and I'm giving him the extended play version on the VHS, right?
Yeah.
And so he's head over heels. This news spreads around my school. And I don't want this title. Because now all of a sudden, like, I'm still trying to talk to regular girls, right? Like, there's a marching band at my school. I want to talk to them.
All of a sudden, I've got 29-year-olds in my living room.
Oh, God. No, so what was happening, though, is as I'm talking to these girls, like, Jesus, go back and listen to the podcast about how shy I was around girls. Now, picture me trying to talk to a girl, because I remember this happened, possibly even the one that I was talking about, and then this little fucking dirtbag from grade 9 comes up. I don't know this kid. Is like, hey, I heard you can get you're like the porn king. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck?
And he's like tying his lips together.
Oh my.
Twirling a baton.
So here's the worst part. I'm like, what? No, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, kid. Like, this is going to ruin me at school. I'm so scared. I do not want this getting around. I've only done this for a couple of, like, my friends, right? Like, in my...
Oh, you're like the bad kid.
But, yeah, well, not really, though. Like, I wasn't a...
No, you weren't. No, but, like, prejudicial. Like, for the little angels like me were like, no, don't.
Of course.
Yeah.
And the younger kids who don't know me are like, oh,
totally
my God, this is the porn...
So
oh, my God. Well, so here's what I did. Mountains out of molehills, right? Lemons. And so the yeast kids come through. But my friends are just bringing me VHS tapes, and I'm just giving them free porn.
Idiot.
But yeah, it's not until the kid in grade 9 or 10 that comes up and is like, hey, I heard if I give you a VHS, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, for $50. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, okay, no hesitation. This kid I was like, holy shit, seriously? I made so much money. Oh my God, I made...
Meet me behind the portables. The code word is majorette.
I wish I had a much cooler way of delivering these tapes to kids too. You know, you just get to school, backpack, one for you, one for you, one for you. $50 a pop. I'm like, this is amazing. I was making so much money until everybody started getting the scramble boxes. Then it kind of started to die off. But for a little while, it was pretty great being a serious dirtbag.
Young little entrepreneur.
You're like the microcosm of cable companies or music companies right now.
Right.
It's just what it is. It's just like now everybody's got it for free.
It's just I was Pornhub before Pornhub. That's all. Oh wait, what is that a website? I don't even know. Do you guys know?
Yeah, VHS, same for me.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Right. I had I don't know. I've always been interested in film and music, and I guess it's kind of started with me and my editing skills. So, you know, I had a VHS, and like again, same kind of thing. There'd be a old cassette. VHS cassette, you put it and there'd be 3 movies on it.
Right.
You could just put a little piece of tape over it.
Yeah.
And so a movie that you know your mom is never.
That's right,
and
yeah.
I live again, single
For
mom.
sure.
You know my mom was never going to watch this movie. It's just a boys movie. It's like Star Wars.
Mom's not watching Land Before Time.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever. And so yeah, sure enough, I had one that had a good movie on it. I forget what the movie was. It was actually like a good sports movie. It was like
I hope it's like In the Line of Fire.
Major League or something like that.
Ironic.
And then like 2 other crappy movies, but totally boys sports movie
Right.
kind of thing. But the last one sucked. So sure enough, I tape it and I go to that movie, and then I wait every night. Like, you know, you turn into a teenager and, you know, parents go to bed, and then every night after
true.
10. And the best part, and I want to thank them still, Moses Neimer, if you're out there, but every Friday night, Blue Movies came on City TV.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. But
Rest
Blue,
in peace. You did as well.
Blue Movies came on, and it was always like very. And you could like. It was always like always risque, like where they'd show like fake fucking or whatever it was going to be. But it worked for you when you were a 13-year-old, right?
Yeah. Do you guys remember that with the Italian cinema too?
Oh yeah, the Italian.
Amazing. That's right.
Yeah.
Everyone, I thought this was my own secret gold mine.
Or TVO, like TVO. Yeah, like the French.
Yeah, you watch a Polka Dot Door?
I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of
Poker
whatever
dot
French
door.
channel it was.
Jody was hot.
Poker back door. Poker back door.
But there was like, I don't know, like even go back. There's so many different movies that just had sex scenes in
I'm going to
it.
really get sued for singing that, by the way. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, I made a montage that ended up being
Oh my God.
close to an hour and a half of these sex scenes from over. This is like a 2-year period, and this is where I started acquiring my stash.
Wow.
And so, and then the worst part is
Oh, that's a
I kind of
dirtbag.
forgot about it by like grade 13. I'd forgotten about this movie. My buddy was over and whatnot. No, I hadn't. And so he wanted to borrow Major League. So I'm like, yeah, forget it. And I kind of just gapped. And then, yeah, sure enough, he's like, wait, this is Thompson. And he's like, they watched the end. And the next day I saw him at school. He's like, hey, man.
Like, why'd you loan him the tape?
I'm an idiot. I forgot.
That's the worst part about being a teacher.
But the worst part is he looked right at me. And this is a buddy. He's like, that was some nice work. And he's like,
I remember once the drummer in my band, I was helping him. We were just loading gear. And I was like, I go to put his kick drum down and I hear, and I was like, what? I reach in, there's like 5 porn tapes in there. I'm like, and so he comes in and we're playing at a house party and this is like our friends, you know what I mean? So me and the rest of the band are like, what do we do? Do we do this in front of everyone or do we? And he's a really good guy. So we're like, we got to just let him. And he goes, hold I completely fucking forgot I put that in there. Oh my God. Oh my. He fucking just goes into a pure sweat panic. Like, I think this was his girlfriend's house too. You know what I mean?
So
holy shit, I forgot all about that.
And the panic of having 4 douchebag teenage buddies with your whole high school career in their hands. Keep in mind,
he's the drummer and he doesn't sing backup. So now, for everyone's full attention, I have it for the next 3 hours. I'm standing in front of the microphone singing these songs. At any time, I am free to just talk about what I found.
Tell me you did a little look back like, hey man, your kick sounds a little thin.
I'm sure we did a little bit of teasing. It wasn't that bad. But yeah, of course, he played so horrifically bad that day. Because he were at someone else's house. He had to stuff them back in. So they're just there. Oh, it was great. I forgot about that.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
My dad had this old naked puzzle that was like reversible. So she was.
I like that your dad has to spend the time. What torture!
I forgot about the adult parties. Like the adult. I know my buddy's dad had the adult stir sticks where you'd put them in the drink,
right?
And the girls with the bikinis, all of a sudden they'd be naked. That might have been the first thing I ever saw.
Well, I think it was a joke gift he got. It was this puzzle. She was naked on the front, and then the back was the backside of her, also naked.
Right. I remember that. Like, this was after grade 4. And so, like, my friend's dad, it was like, hey, guys. And this is like, we're like in grade 8 or something at this point, right? Like, we've seen plenty. We've seen way too much. Yeah. We're broken. Those wires are severed, and they're never getting fixed. Yeah. Shows us a pen that when you turn it upside down, her dress comes out, and her cartoon boobies are exposed.
What?
And I'm like, where's her baton? We're shoving toothpicks into the fucking
only 2 boobs.
That's nothing. Make it disappear.
Yeah, make the pen go back inside her. That's the trick I'm waiting on.
That's fake. There's only 2.
It's so true.
My parents, so keep in mind, we may need to edit this part out because...
Nope. Yep.
Yeah, of course.
Of course I will. Go ahead.
Lean closer to the mic, please.
I remember being very young, and I would look under the bathroom counter. There was this book. It was a little tiny book, and I think it was called The Red Book. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is, and it may be awful shit. So I want to Google this afterwards and find out whether or not we can actually tell this story.
While you're doing this, to tell you how awful the tying the lips thing is, of course, in my adult years with the internet, I'm like, wait, was that real? And I cannot find it.
No,
this is porn. I cannot find those porns. Sorry, Bob. Continue with the Red Book.
No, that's okay.
I love the fact you went looking.
The Red Book was something that it was full of like I don't know if there was actual nudity in it, but there was like drawings of nudity, I think.
Right.
I don't really remember. There might have been actual nudity in this little tiny book or whatever. It was like a joke book, like something.
See,
remember,
that could be all those because the Playboy stuff had tons of those.
Do you remember like the It store? Or whatever, yeah, in the malls and stuff like that. Like that stuff was very popular back in the day. Right. You know what I mean? And they were probably given it as a gift or whatever, and just decided to hide it underneath the bath, like Dad's secret bathroom reading, right? But,
well, and that's the thing. Like as an adult, you can see getting that for like your 40th birthday. Hey, you're too old to have sex now. Here it is, and you just toss it away. But when your children find it, they got to come to their own conclusions and make up their own story of how this got here.
Well, this is the thing, Deanna. My wife and I, we talk about it all the time. Like, I have a we have a computer. It's a home computer right now, and everything.
Well, la-di-da.
Yeah, but everybody stores porn on a computer now.
What?
Oh yeah.
Dude, the internet is full. You don't need it on your own.
Sorry, I'm talking. Well, yeah, you save a JPEG here and there. I'm an editor. I like putting together collages.
Dave's still editing.
I'm Googling Redbook magazine right now. Not
I
lying.
hope it's way more hardcore than the Baton Girl.
If it is, we got to take it out. I'm sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dave, continue with
No,
your
I'm just
your
saying, like,
massive
that's the
porn collection.
paranoia now. Is like that's gonna be. It's
Oh
not gonna
my
be like
God.
in between the mattresses of your like parents' bed or something
Right,
like that.
right.
It's gonna be like, you know, all of a sudden you're searching for something and it's just gonna hit that keyword that brings up a JPEG. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ!
Oh, you don't even have it really well hidden either. That's great.
Oh no, mine is like hidden, but like you can search a computer randomly.
Okay,
That's
let's
how my wife found it.
There's pictures of grandma.
Okay, Redbook magazine isn't what I thought.
Wait, wasn't Redbook like
That's
like a
glamour
mom's magazine,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
a
I
mom's
think it was.
magazine.
Okay, so I think that was also in the bathroom, and you found something else, and you've just your brain has put the two together.
No, I think maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Anybody ever get caught?
That
What?
sounds. Yes,
Yeah. Anybody ever get caught? Dave, you got caught?
of course.
Amazing. I never did.
No.
No, I don't know how, but I never did.
Oh, it's the worst story.
Oh,
No,
please.
it's not even that funny.
I beg to differ. Go ahead.
So the same Ron Jeremy tape.
Of course. It's
I
become your new.
I brought it to college.
Sure.
So my first year in college, I've got like we live in a tiny little war home. There's me and 4 other dudes, and the dude upstairs got a girlfriend, and she's over all the time.
Yeah.
And so like whatever, we're all good. Like we're like 6 months into school and whatnot too, and I'm just hanging out in my room. That tape's on. I'm just hanging out on my
In
bed,
every
just
sense of the word.
whatever, you know,
Yeah.
just whatnot. And I guess we're kind of.
Whatnot. That's what Dave calls it. Whatnot.
And I guess it was kind of Three's Company-ish of her. But
Oh,
she
yeah.
just
You want to talk about.
she just kind of, but hey, I made pizza, and she goes, just gives a look, and then closes the door. And
Oh, dear.
like I just, she's like, no, I just, yeah, you're just hanging out. I'm like, yeah, just pretty much. There's pretty much, I'm gonna not talk to you again.
This isn't the person I know, is
Yeah.
it?
No,
Is that who I'm thinking of? Okay.
no.
Oh,
But
that
yeah,
would've
I
been great.
vividly
Wow.
remember. It's just at the first time, like it traumatized me for like
I
probably a
can
good
imagine.
3
Oh, for
hours.
sure.
Like, well, my mom never walked in on me. Like I was way more discreet. But
I'm
like,
telling you
you're
guys,
in college and you're doing what you got to do. Like you think your little room is your cubicle, and she just full on Jack Rippered, "Hey Larry," and like right through the
Well, when I
door.
was-
Honestly, I was so traumatized I could barely close the door.
That was my worry
It's
too.
like,
It's like,
sexy story wise, like what you think about in the bag is like she just walks in. What are you doing there?
right.
That's not how it happens in
No.
real life. She walks away like she's just been stabbed. And
Right.
like, the look
Or
on her
shot.
yeah, the look on her face is just a complete horror. And yeah,
Oh dear Lord!
were
Can we
good.
bring her
We were-
up? Is she on Facebook? Can we talk to her?
We were good. We were good about, but it took like a week and a bit.
Week. Wow. Good
Before-
for you.
yeah.
Jesus.
No, but
No, I'm telling you, like, I mean, obviously, if anybody's
Whatever.
listening, they've listened to our other ones. I was so nervous. I'm so scared all the time. No, there had to be like a family vacation that I was just left behind on for me to explore because
Yeah.
no, I was terrified. That was always in the back of my mind.
oh yeah,
Am I gonna get caught? That was never gonna happen to me. No, I was no.
no,
D, what about you?
you're a filthy liar.
I didn't-
No, I'm not. I'm not. I went, no, are you kidding me? I've said the worst shit possible tonight. Ruined any chance I have at talking to a person again in my life. And that's the thing that I'm ashamed of. Go ahead, D. You ever get caught?
I didn't really get caught, but this is kind of related. This kind of reminds me of the time. Again, I think I was like Bob. I was like 18 or something when I tried to buy it the first time.
Right.
So I just like some magazine or whatever. I just go to the store. I remember driving across town, like far away from my house, so I wouldn't see anyone I knew.
Yeah.
We talked about it a couple
Yeah,
podcasts
a couple,
ago.
yeah,
It's a
you
sweet
go
move.
far. It was smart. If
yeah.
I thought of that, I would have done it for
You
sure.
don't want to do this on home turf.
No.
So I go to just some convenience store or whatever, and I just kind of quickly look at the magazines. I just find one, whatever was closest to the door, maybe.
I was gonna say I'll give you credit for looking through.
I don't think I think I just looked to make sure it was one of them.
Right, a girl.
It wasn't a dude. So I go.
Derek doesn't want to get the Indian one.
I've got a side note, but we might have to edit it.
So I go.
Red satin magazine.
Red satin and gold.
It was just a Fabricland brochure.
No one else.
Shit.
Yeah, I just remember I just
dude.
grabbed one. I went and put it on the counter, and I just paid really quickly. Like I didn't make eye contact with the guy, and I just went like, "Hey, thanks," and I go to take it away, and he just holds it for a second. I'm like, what's happening?
God.
He just holds it, and I look up. He just in this. I remember this tone to this day. He just looks at me and goes, he's like, "Why do you need this?"
No.
Just like,
Man,
Like
talk
he-
about
like-
somebody talking about life choices to you.
You
like
got
in
after
that
school specials.
fatherly tone, like, "What are you doing?" Like.
You got Father Jimmy and his side job.
He did. He's
awesome.
like, he's like,
The
what do
best
you need
part
this?
is-
I'm like, I don't know. I just pay and I got out. And every time I looked at that magazine,
hold on.
I just heard that guy's voice in my head. Why do you need this?
Why can't you just buy lottery
Still do
tickets
it,
like
when you're
the
jerking off,
normal
you still hear
kids?
his voice in the back of his head.
This is why. This is why.
I wish I could. If I ever get a time machine, I'm going back in time to find out what that dude looks like. And every time you and I get together, I am going to be dressed exactly like him, and I will look as close as possible.
He's become my conscience. Anytime I try and do something, that guy's in the back of my ear. Why are you doing that? What are you
Why are you
doing?
doing that?
That actually wasn't a convenience store. It was actually a library.
Oh shit! Oh. I love it. Wait, now hold
I forgot
on.
about that.
Did he size you up and down first? Like think, wait, this is a good-looking kid. What do you need this? Or was he genuinely just because you were so young?
No,
And he was like a Christian or something.
No, it came off very fatherly. Like he was trying to. He's like, maybe you don't have a dad. Let me try and step in here. So you could do better than this.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
He's still here to this day.
He's still there?
You want to talk to him?
I definitely want to
He's
go.
in my head. He's in my head.
His head.
I think he
Bobby,
was.
what do you got? Did you ever get caught?
I got caught again first year college
Wow.
That was a pretty good run.
Seems to be when we're the stupidest.
by my roommate and his much older brother.
What's he doing there?
They walked in after it was Thanksgiving break. It was right at the very beginning. Like I couldn't even control myself then. You know what I mean? Like we're like 5 weeks into school, and I'm furious, George, on my. I just do because it was my first computer, right? And I'm like, what is all this? What is all
I
this?
can see that.
yeah.
Yeah, fair
Things
enough.
happening here, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like I'm talking, you're talking to a guy who like that's scrambled porn was all I had
Yes, of
before
course.
that. You know what I
Dude,
mean? So this was
I legit waited 30 minutes one time for a JPEG of Yana Kournikova.
that's right. That's
The
right.
anticipation was just too much to bear.
Oh god.
Yeah.
It's so hard to keep the wind
So
glowing.
what happened, Bob?
I don't really recall. I remember trying to power tuck, but it was much too late.
Oh god. Did you do that thing where you pretend you just stand up and pretend you're doing anything else? Except you got
Yeah.
like a fucking sundial on your belly.
Yeah.
Improvise like you're vacuuming.
I think
Right?
I think I leaned back on my chair, but I had 3 points of leverage. You know what I mean? And it was just like they dropped off their stuff and they left, and
That's I think where you guys were getting caught was
Well, mine was the scramble to try to turn it off
Right.
with the fail.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
remote.
look,
Just like,
I've never been working on a script at home doing my job, and then my wife comes down to ask if I'm ready for dinner, and I've slammed my computer shut because I don't want her to read the movie ahead of time. I just don't want to spoil it for you. There is no other thing you can be looking at that will require you to slam your computer shut.
Can I tell you just to go on, like when we were talking about buying the first magazine?
Yeah.
And this is an edit. This is a legit edit.
Okay.
But I need to put this in.
Okay, please.
For the first magazine I ever bought.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. We got to take a quick break here. This part gets a little bit revealing. So just know that there is no possible way we could let you hear what was about to be said. So instead, I give you the dramatic reading stylings of Mr. Ryan McClare. Thank you.
For this test, I will be reading a crucial scene in the film Sophie's Choice. You may keep one of your children. I beg your pardon? You may keep one of your children. The other must go away. You mean I have to choose? You are a Polak, not a Yid. That gives you privilege, a choice. I can't choose. I can't choose. Be quiet. I can't choose. Make a choice, or I'll send them both over. Make a choice. Don't make me choose. I can't. Shut up. Enough. I'll send them both over. I told you to shut up. Make a choice. I can't choose. Please. I can't choose.
That was a nothing story.
You guys
Why do you
listen.
need this?
This will stick out. The sentence that you've said tonight. Try as I may, I went looking for that porn.
It's true.
You're talking about Derek's little subconscious in the mind. You're looking for the tie.
It's more that it's more it's all those steps that you make as an adult, right?
Keith cannot help but stop by every Carney festival that's going by.
And so to me, looking up tie your pussy lips together on the internet was not that big of a stretch. Pardon the pun. It was. It's not until I say it now that I'm like, I don't know if I needed to. I don't know if I wanted to find it, to be honest.
You just want to know you're not crazy,
right? Now look, I'm sure if you search up baton up Twiz, you're gonna fucking show up with something. Bobby, what about you? You've been quiet since the Red Book, pal. I'm a little nervous for you. Okay.
Bob's looking at porn jerking off right now.
Did Bob leave?
Bob?
Yep.
I love that Bob just left. He was searching for the Red Book, and then that was it. He found it. I guarantee he found it. Oh, that's great. Amazing. Davey, anything else to add?
No, it's good. I think Bob was doing research for this, and it just got carried away. I'm really glad I'm not in front of a computer, too.
Maybe Bob just got caught doing this podcast.
Exactly. Somebody check on Bob.
Why is your dick always out when you do it? Amazing. Okay, well, that's gonna wrap it up. Oh, geez. I don't even know the best way to go out on this one.
Did I catch the end? Did I miss it? Sorry, I had to run outside and use the facilities.
You have to go ship aside a shed?
Oh my God, that's no joke.
How long have we been friends for? So this is hard for me to say. Feeling lonely last night, so I ordered up some pay about the girl you met, the one you say you get. You think you love her and she might be the one. I got some news for you. You're not the only two. In fact, I think that I saw more. And if you count the midget, that makes 4. says he's leaving you today, but he loves you and he wants you to stay. Well, maybe there's another way.